Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of again. Thank you, man.
Hey, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to NBA Cinema. Now, the picture you're looking at now is actually James Harden at Media Day today. Yeah, he actually didn't even show up. And if you surprised by that, then you weren't following the happenings of the Philadelphia 76ers, in particular James Harden this summer when he went to China to actually give that speech that he would not be a part of an organization that Daryl Morey is a part of. He lied. Seems like he was promised something for taking less money, and Daryl Morey either reneged or couldn't come through. Whatever it is, their relationship from the Houston Rockets to here, it has been severed. And James Harden didn't show up to Media Day. This is, the first day, that the team is really starting to talk about, the 2023-2024 NBA season coming together, and James Harden's a no-show. In fact, James Harden just threw a party in Houston where he had signs up saying that Daryl Morey is a liar. So there's no fixing it. It's no fixing that particular relationship, trust me. Now, Daryl Morey and head coach Nick Nurse, they actually came out and Media Day, and they were asked questions about James Harden's absence. And take a listen here at what they had to say.
Unclear to you, or you expect him? What's the official status?
He's not here today, and we expect him to participate in everything like every other player.
I think he said what he meant, and I think that was well reported on. And obviously, a text, I haven't responded to that because I think it falls flat on its face. I've 20 years of working in the league, always followed through on everything. Every top agent knows that. Everyone in the league knows that you can't operate in this job without that. So, privately, I've appreciated all the key people in the league reaching out to me and knowing, obviously that's not true, but yeah. So like I said before, obviously it was disappointing that he chose to handle it in that way.
Obviously, we've kind of got plan A, plan B, right? We've got to get the team ready regardless. We're expecting him to show up. If he shows up, we go. If he doesn't, we go, right?
Well, there you have it. They are in a position where you have a player not showing up to training camp. Now, Daryl Morey said he later on in the interview said he is looking to trade James Harden. He's looking for the right situation for the 76ers. And, when that comes about, then they will make a move. But, right now, he stated they fully expect James Harden to show up like the rest of the team, even though he did not show up today. So this is where, fines will play a big role in, moving forward with James Harden. Because if he didn't show up to Media Day, what's the likelihood he'll show up for training camp and so forth and so on. So I don't know, man. This situation, what can you get for James Harden? I was having a conversation the other day, and I'm like, really, what can you get for him at this point? This isn't, leaving Oklahoma City, joining Houston, James Harden. This is James Harden who, after, he had a certain style of play in Houston, and it had some success with it. They never could make the finals, but, they had some playoff success with it. But then you ended up, at the end of the day, Kevin McHale, who was the head coach when he joined there, they don't have good blood now. You leave there, you go join Kyrie and Kevin Durant. Everyone thought that was a shoo-in. I mean, 3 players at that level, James Harden and Kevin Durant, even though the roles were different in the past, they have some chemistry because they played together before. And then you have Kyrie Irving, who, you know, he doesn't have to have the ball at all times. I mean, he's more of a ISO 2 guard really than a point guard. So James Harden was able to facilitate the offense, but it just nothing ever came of that. I mean, they did not make one finals. I mean, that was probably one of the more disappointing big threes that I've seen, especially of 2 former MVPs and then a player of the magnitude of Kyrie Irving. So the question now is, at this stage, what can you get for James Harden in a trade? I mean, his value is tanking. I mean, he played hard for you. He had a pretty good season last year. He came focused. He was in shape. But I don't know. I would be interested. I'm really going to read the comments to this video, because what can you get for James Harden if you're the Philadelphia 76ers? It's obviously he's not coming back. And Philly missed out on a whole lot of movement with, you know, Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal. All these, everyone was shaking up. Everyone was making these huge plays to better their franchise that was really going to swing for it. Philly's been talking that, the process. Trust that process. Trust the process. And at this point, I wouldn't be mad if any Sixers fan is kind of all tapped out with trusting any kind of process, because if you lose James Harden for anything less than at least a fringe level all-star player, now I'm talking about, forget the draft picks that you could potentially get. You need those too, but if you're counting on Joel Embiid, Maxey, who has been improving, each year. Maxey's a really good player. And Tobias Harris, if that's who you're counting on to have a better season and compete with Boston. Boston just added Drew Holiday. So they're right in the mix. I would say them and Milwaukee, and then Miami just went to the finals. So I don't know, man. I'll be interested in reading y'all comments. Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to holler at you next time. Peace.